He's widely dubbed the greatest basketball player of all time, and you can just see that in the way that he's working, that was what he was striving for. He was striving to be the best and nothing less. So today I want to talk about the best things I've seen on Netflix during lockdown. So I'm pretty sure that everybody is watching Netflix more. We're at home, we have nowhere to go, not as many motives or commitments to go to, and I think watching Netflix has become a favourite pastime. I know there's so many things to watch on Netflix. I've had so many recommendations, but there's 3 programs that I've watched that have especially stood out to me and really challenged me in terms of my thinking and my perspective on things, and there have been some key takeaways from all 3 shows which I just want to recommend to you. So one of the shows that I want to recommend is The Last Dance, and no, it's not a dancing program at all. It's actually talking about the story of Michael Jordan and how he became so successful in basketball. Just to give a bit of a backstory, this Last Dance is actually one of the ways they were coached in terms of the plans they had, and that was really interesting to see because I know nothing about basketball. I'm not really a sports fan. I don't know much about football. Basketball is not as big, I think, in the UK as it is in America, so it's not something I've been exposed to, but watching it was absolutely fantastic and I took so much away from it, which was surprising for me because I wasn't expecting it. What I especially loved was Michael Jordan's work ethic. He was hardworking, he was determined, he had a strive to excellence, he really cared and really wanted to exceed all expectations, and as well as competing with the team, he was competing against himself. He was wondering, how can I be better this time? What can I do to be even better than I was before? How can I develop myself? And I loved the way he was challenging himself in everything that he was doing to strive to be excellent in everything, so that people had no choice but to bet on him because he was the best in the game. The way that he's working, that was what he was striving for. He was striving to be the best and nothing less. But he didn't do it alone. He had other people on the team he worked with, and he understood how to trust them and how to work with them so that they could bring out the best in him and he could bring out the best in them. And that is something that I really loved watching throughout the whole program. For them to work together as a team, it made Michael Jordan great, but it also made the individuals great as well as the Chicago Bulls, and that was amazing to see. And it was his coach Phil Jackson that said something really interesting that caught my attention, and he said, "You're only a success for the moment you complete a successful act." I'll say that one more time. He says, "You're only a success for the moment when you complete a successful act." And I was like, wow, okay, that is amazing because it's so true. No one sees the process of Michael Jordan working so hard, blood, sweat and tears, giving it his all. But when he's on that court and people see him play, that's the time they see him as successful. But it's a whole process that's happening that no one sees, where he's working on himself, he's developing on himself, he's challenging himself to be the best he can be for the games. And it's only in those moments when people see him as successful. But the whole act in itself is success. And I think that's something really important to take away, because a lot of times people only see our highlights, they only see us on the outside of our doors, but people don't see the process of the work that's being done. For example, a lot of people will scream somebody or working on myself, but no one sees the blood, sweat and tears as much when you're in the gym or you're disciplining yourself with the food, but people see the end results of you and they see the success in that. So I think there were so many key takeaways from the whole series, but I think for me, it's just the work ethic to just work hard, strive for excellence, don't stop, don't get tired, and just continuously compete with yourself to be the best that you can be, and ultimately that's all you can do. So the next Netflix program I'd like to recommend is The Defiant Ones. So if I was scrolling through Netflix, I would probably pass this, and I think I actually did a couple of times, but it was a friend who recommended it to me, and I had no idea what it was about. It's about the story of Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, and it was actually fantastic. It was incredible to see 2 men with such an amazing strive to, I think, just do what they love and do it well, and later come together in life and do it together. It shows the separate timelines of the 2 men, how they're working, what they're doing, the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses, to get to where we are in the present day now. But more than that, it really showed me the definition of a destiny helper, and that's how I see Dr. Dre and Jimmy's relationship. I see it as one of the destiny helpers, where they just wanted to help each other, support each other. Yes, they were successful independently, but together they were stronger and better together. Even when they're describing the story of how beats was started. It was Jimmy who came to Dr. Dre with an idea, they bounced off each other and it was done. And it's something that we all see today. Even the marketing behind it just blows my mind that you have somebody in your life who can see the real talents and skills inside of you and work so hard as if it's your own to bring out the best in you. And I think that's something we all need in this life. We all need destiny helpers. We all need people who care about our vision and the things that we're doing, and even in our own selves, our skills and talents, and seeks to pull that out of you. I think that is just amazing to see. It just highlights the process of cultivating yourself, working yourself, going back, winning, losing, highs, lows, hills, valleys, and then doing it all again. And that was fantastic to see. In the last 5 minutes of the program, the people that they've worked with in the music industry and the superstars, they all offer a little piece of advice, and I've just given a little summary to some of the best of which I heard. Be true to yourself and be true to your art. Don't change who you are. Deliver quality. Do more. Do it again. Treat everything like it's your first opportunity. And you have to be relentlessly and unapologetically determined. And I think hearing the last 5 minutes of it really put everything into perspective for me, because that's ultimately how people get to where they are. To treat everything as if it's your first opportunity, I think this comes back to the concept of excellence and being really excellent in whatever you're given to do, because you don't know when that opportunity is going to come again and you don't know what it looks like. So when the opportunity comes, you need to give it your best. And I think the second one that really got me was unapologetically determined. And I think that means doing some really, really crazy things, or doing things that is not the norm or you didn't expect, or putting yourself out there, because at the end of the day, it's the end goal that you're trying to strive to. And I think that is so important in this day and age, to really exceed all expectations and just go for the things that you want to go for. It's only 4 episodes. It's something that I think I took so much away from, and it was something that really motivated me to think, what can I do better with my projects, and how can I help the people around me? How can I be that destiny helper? How can I be that resource person that I can help somebody with the things that they want to do? How can I see the best in people? How can I see the skills and talent that they have? It was just a fountain of ideas that came out. So definitely recommend it, definitely a great watch, and hopefully it can help you impact somebody's life for the better. Another show I'd like to recommend that I'm watching on Netflix at the moment, which is just 1 episode long, unfortunately, but it is a long one, is Becoming, which is basically a reflection of Michelle Obama's book, which is also called Becoming, and I absolutely loved the book. I think I read it in a week, but I absolutely loved the Netflix program of it as well. The book Becoming gave so much context and insight into Michelle Obama's life that when I watched the TV show, when I watched the program, I just loved the way it gave more insight to the words that I had seen in the book through pictures and videos, and it was amazing to see. It was so authentic and raw. Reading the book Becoming, but seeing the pictures and the videos and aligned with those words was just so amazing to see, because it just gave a much more deeper perspective to what was going on. It's great to see the life that Michelle Obama lived even before we knew her, to the life that she's living now, and see the process that she went through to become all that she was destined to be. And I think that's what really got me. It's the process of becoming, it's the process of where you're going to and how you're getting there. But people don't see that process. But I think all of us go through the whole experience of becoming as we, I guess, become our true and authentic selves through our everyday processes, through our everyday interactions. We shed all the weight of who we were before, and we actually show our true authentic selves at the end. I found it very emotional, I found it powerful, I found it inspirational, I found it challenging, I found it insightful, and I'll definitely recommend watching this. It's insight into somebody's life and into where they seek to go. It's definitely a watch for me. I hope you like this recommendation. I hope it's something that you'd want to watch, and I hope it's something that inspires you and gives you insight into your own life, and you're able to take key things away from it. If you've watched it, if you've had any insights, please feel free to comment below and share your thoughts and your experiences. Or if you have any Netflix recommendations, please also share